What's going on? Woo, my life. Yep. It is what it is. What's going on, everybody? I'm Gabriel Carbo, NBC The Game. How's it going? Welcome. Coming at you live from the back rooms in Taiwan, the real Shaolin, District 13, and all that good stuff. Today's broadcast is Why Do American YouTubers Glaze the CCP? Featuring Chaotic Truth, who, interesting enough, put out a call a couple weeks ago for any, as he used the term, Orientals to call in so they can talk about China, right? I don't think any Asians actually came in to talk to him, but I said, shit, I've been living here for 9 years, almost 10, going on 10. I have Asians in my family. My DNA is mixed with some and produces some of the finest human beings ever possible. And so I said, hey, I should be sufficient. So I went up there and we had a discussion. Well, it was more like, it was a discussion, yeah. He's a civil guy, definitely. Well, at least he was to me. And doing good. Now it's my turn to glaze him, I guess. He's doing good. He's seen him coming up from like when I first started listening to him, like last year. I swear he only had like 1,000 subs, and then now he's doing good. He's in the tens of thousands. 200. I think there's 200 people in his chat right now. Live stream right now. He's streaming live. But we had this dialogue about China, and I was like shocked a little bit how much he was pumping China up and whatnot, but I was willing to listen to what he has to say because obviously, I mean, I'm biased. I love Taiwan, and China is like the frenemy of Taiwan, the main ops, right? So I listened to what he had to say, and I added what I had to say, being that I think I was the only one with boots on the ground here in this part of Asia. So we're going to go over this discussion we had. But first, what's going on, Ragamuffin? Anyone that wears a MAGA hat has a goddamn screw loose, y'all. I'm telling you, man. Oh, by the way, I do have my MAGA beanie that I got as a souvenir when I went to DC, which was the last time I was in America, the wilderness of North America. I was actually in DC and went to the Trump White House at the time. He was in there, and the Koreans were selling the swag merchandise outside in the with like catering trucks, and I got the beanie, man, the red with the white lettering text. That shit's fire. I never really wore it because, come on, bro, when you wear something like that, even if you support it, Trump or not, President Trump or not, you're asking for some drama or chaos, which I'm finding out that I do like a little drama, but I'm good right now. I want it on my own terms. But anyway, he wears it. He rocks it. How can you not look good in red and white, man? Those are McDonald's colors. What's up going on? Lump. It is a good topic, right? Gracie Gray, good to be here listening. Oh, you have company over? Oh, awesome. Beautiful. Sam the man. Always a pleasure. Super supportive. I appreciate y'all. And hit the dono. Buy me a coffee and shit. Benjamin's his birthday's coming up. We got to give him that switch. We put money on that. Get out of Taiwan in 24 hours if we have to. Fun. Oh shit! It's the real president of the Panelverse, Mr. Flow State, in the building. Man. Good to have you. NBC, don't rep that swag. Don't rep that swag. I know, man. You might see me in it one day. It looks good. The red and the white, man. And I mean, he is the president of my country. Right? Even even if I do like him a lot or don't like him, but whatever, if I wear that beanie, it's gonna, it's definitely gonna make people see me a certain way. And that's the thing. People can say all kinds of crazy things and wear crazy stuff, but if you are, the point is to listen to what they have to say. Benjamin, if you're listening, when you're listening, everyone else, listen to what they have to say. I mean, you have the time. Of course, don't entertain too much nonsense because you're just wasting everyone's time, especially yours, which is precious. My precious. Especially if you're an agent of an agent of change, man, in a good way. Shout out for Flow State for helping me embrace some of this drama for sure. So without further ado, because I only got literally what's my favorite word? Literally, I didn't get the merch to say literally 40 minutes, if that, to get through this 30-minute video, which you'll see. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Shadow Buddha in the building, bitch? My twin, the executive producer, and really someone that's helped change my life for the better, bro. Having a good friend, a brother who keeps you accountable for things, but also has you laughing, and is a good example of what I want for my son Ben, and myself. I wish him the best, man. Appreciate you, man. Don't ever forget that. What's up, Mr. Pie? Good to see you, man. What's up, peeps? Good to see you, man. Yeah, let's do this, okay? Let's go. Yeah, check out my videos too. This is actually my last video that I made, that I uploaded a couple weeks ago. It's a good video, man. It's a good video. It's like 1v1 China versus Taiwan. So let's do this. This it? Oh man.
How about this? I will do a $20 non-oriental fee. How about that? I'll do it.
Right off the bat, nigga said non-oriental. Last time I checked, I think the only thing that was considered oriental was a rug, or only a rug. We don't even call the damn Chinese food spot or Asian food spot oriental, man. Especially people. But I get it, and I wonder if that's done at to supercharge the language, be controversial or whatnot. It's funny, I used to grow up and call everyone Chinese. I didn't know many Asian people. It didn't matter if you're Korean, Taiwanese, Thai. I call you Chinese probably. But as we get older and expand our consciousness, we learn.
A $20 non-oriental fee. Okay, let me kick you guys out until you guys super chat that $20 non-oriental fee. I'll bring you up. EAE says, didn't Prize from the Fugees vet got convicted of selling American government secrets to China? I think CT may be doing the same thing. Prize. NPC Game, can you turn your camera on and prove to me that you are in Taiwan? That's what I want to see. That's what I really want to see. Okay. No, I want to see. No, not a menu. Let's see. Let's.
It's not a menu. It was midnight. I just got finished doing a lot of work because I get back from class late. And I was walking my dogs at the park at the back end, where it opens up to a trail, and there was this big Chinese, in Mandarin Chinese, sign about what not to do at the park or on the trail. So I'm going to show you this, because even if I showed you the damn outside is pitch black.
See you in China. Let's see.
I'm not in China. I'm in Taiwan.
You don't have to show yourself. You can just show China. How about that?
It's not a menu, bro. I'm in Taiwan, man. It's almost at midnight right now.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's talk, man. Let's talk about. So you are in Taiwan. Yeah. But let's talk about China and China being the global.
And by the way, excuse the excess heavy breathing. I was running down these dogs. One of them got off my leash.
Global power. I believe China's already the global power. But talk about China, sir, as a person who's actually in Taiwan. That's pretty much China, to be honest with you. But
not really. Not really. Not quite.
Yeah, not quite.
Definitely its own country, bro.
Right. I mean,
it's different, man. I have to say, you got it. I mean, have you ever been to China before, Asia?
Never been to the Oriental.
First question always should be, what credentials do you have to talk about what you're talking about? Especially if it's like such a one that's to me personally, a big issue topic.
No, man.
Okay, so most of your information is from like videos and shit, right?
Yeah. Most of my information is from videos, man, and people that I know.
That like secondhand knowledge. Okay.
Who lived in China. My sister lived in China, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. So even better. Actually, my brother-in-law lived in China before, so that's cool. His sister did. That's a good start.
Lived in China. My sister.
Because he said he get all his videos from his information from videos about China. Because that's the thing, man. There's like so much propaganda. There's always propaganda for everything, but especially Taiwan. United States, China videos about each other. For example, a lot of the new YouTubers are glazing. Glazing means like sucking off the in this case the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, when they do vlogs in their country and stuff. And I get it. You always want to like dig up where you're going or who you meet, but it's overly done, and a lot of people are getting paid to do it, and good for them. But it is what it is, and so yeah, they're kind of biased. Like I've been to China twice actually. My brother-in-law lived there for many years. I live about 100 miles away from it now. So let's go.
Live to China, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. So even better. Ideological. But I mean, you're right on when you said about the cities, because I've been there a couple times, and especially Shanghai.
Yeah,
that shit it's very futuristic.
Very
advanced, and LED lights everywhere. The train will just go right in the mall. The high speed rail. I mean, they have that in Taiwan. It's just not to that scale.
Well, it's not as big.
No. That's the thing too. Like China's always pushing their high speed rail as a selling point why to go there, which is cool. We have that in Taiwan. It's pretty nice. But yeah, that's their big selling point always.
Yeah. Why do these Westerners believe? And I really wish you could just show like the environment, but I know you said it's at night. But why do these Westerners believe that these cities are made out of cardboard? Like, why do they believe that?
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at that North Korea propaganda. Because some of those getting confused or something.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, sir.
But here's the thing, though. Like you said, like we're talking like the cities in.
Give me one second.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, guys, if you are not an Oriental or if you're not in China or Taiwan, you call it.
It's just weird. It's like somebody calling someone a Negro, right? Instead of black, even though black is not even accurate because we're not coloring in the coloring box crowns. But this is wild, bro. Anyway, Shadow Buddha with a comment. You say you're in. I think he wants to say you say you're in Taiwan. He wants to talk about China. You would think he would ask you about you want to talk about Taiwan. Not too many Americans brothers in Taiwan, so it would have been cool for him to ask about Taiwan. Yeah, it would have, but that's a good point. It's not his agenda, and he's really trying to point you. You ever know when someone's like really trying to push you into saying kind of like their talking points? This is very evident here. And I mean, I guess that makes for a good propagator of your ideas if that's what you want to do.
From Japan, I don't want you up on the panel unless you pay a $20 fee. Go ahead, NPC. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I mean, those cities are definitely not cardboard. The ones that you were showing and the ones I've seen firsthand and also on the video. However, like those cities were built up, but like I was saying in the chat, man, most of China, it's shit, man. Like the rural part.
rural
But
areas,
that's not.
right?
But it's not like when I say rural, I'm not just talking about farmland. I'm talking about like what would be considered the suburbs, like not too far out of those big cities.
Well, don't get, but see, I don't want people to get confused. China, when you say suburbs, it's not the same type of suburban resident. They don't really have homes in China. So people, when you say suburbs, people are going to automatically assume
it's tenements, like apartment buildings, like huge, look like project buildings, basically.
Okay, so you said that it's really project buildings.
Yeah, I mean it's all right, but it's like it's nothing to me to write home about.
Really?
And that he's like, well, really, yeah, because the majority of what people see is Shanghai and the skyline, but you don't see the real 80% of China, which is billions of people living in these look like project buildings, stacked on stacked on stacked, if that. And then the rural villages, which there's a lot of them, are even more, dare I say, living in squalor.
And why are you there? If it's not that good. Why are you in Taiwan?
I don't live in China, man.
I said Taiwan.
Taiwan. Oh, because I was tired of living in California and like busting my ass and getting no return. So, and plus, you know, my wife is Taiwanese American. We moved out here about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
9 years ago. 9 years ago, yeah.
Okay.
And it's been okay. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It made me appreciate America more. Like, but it's not all sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Real quick,
you have a lot of bread.
Serious Black Thought says, "Are you faster than I Shall Speed?" No, that kid is athletic beyond belief, dude. No. At this time, like Speedy, I Shall Speed, the biggest YouTuber, was 30 million subscribers. Was in China doing a tour, and I mean, obviously, he was probably one of the big sponsors was CCP government for his trip. No, put a 1 in the chat if you would go to China, if you have any interest in going to China, and put a 2 if you would want to go to Taiwan. Oh, that kid had kicked my ass. Oh, hell
yeah, no. He's killing it. He was at the Great Wall of China today.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's talk about. Okay, so you can talk about that. Go ahead, and I'm going to ask you some questions. Go ahead, sir.
I just came out here to try something different, man.
Okay.
Because I lived in California all my life. I want to try something different. Came out here, didn't even really know anything about Taiwan other than they make semiconductors and win the Little League World Series. And then that's all I knew. You know, the Little League World Series and everything with plastic was made in Taiwan, or GI Joes and whatnot, and Barbies. If you're a Sherelle Snow, the real life Barbie, what's going on? Good to see. She has a 2 in there. She wants to come to Taiwan to visit. Mr. Pi, who's very intelligent, put a 2 in there. And Buddha in the building, he said only with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I see what you're saying. Yeah, some Rush Hour 2.
Tell us about Taiwan. So it's not China. I know the history.
No,
but tell us about Taiwan's culture. Like, you are walking at night. Obviously, it's midnight, but you feel absolutely safe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have my dogs with me right now. But even if I didn't,
why don't we have that same comfortability?
Where do we start, man? Shit, the culture of death, man. The U.S. I'm from East Oakland, California, too.
Okay.
So it's a big contrast. First of all, they don't have the guns. They don't have the guns, man. Yeah, the culture of death. DEATH, that makes you deaf. DEAF, man. What's going on? You see people just ruminating for hours and days about Carmelo Anthony's the murder he's involved in. I mean, come on, bro. People are dying every day, man. I can bring up the stats from East Oakland. Somebody's dying over every other day. Yeah, all the divisiveness in America is crazy. With that said, it's still one of the most beautiful places in the world, and has really good people. It says we got to do better, guys. Guns, like they do
in America. Yes.
Go ahead.
First of all, they don't have the guns like they do in America.
They don't have guns, right?
Yeah. At least I'm sure the gangsters do, but they don't
Right.
be
And
fucking with people.
you don't really see the
Yeah.
gangs. Yeah, you don't.
No,
really
not
see-
really.
Yeah.
And if you do, they leave you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
sir. Go ahead.
And but it's safe. The cost of living is relatively a little lower than America, except on big items. It's almost the same, like houses and cars. It's not getting as good as it used to be. I'll say that, but it's still better than the U.S.
So you say that Taiwan is better than the U.S.
Well, in terms of cost of living.
Cost of living.
And safety.
What about safety?
It is better cost of living. It's 30 Taiwanese dollars to $1 American dollar. That's why your donation goes so far when you donate to NPC the game right now. Yeah, hit up the membership. If you want to do some extra building, let me know, man. Right here, hit me up. Appreciate you, all you guys. What am I doing?
What about infrastructure?
Infrastructure is great. It's actually better than China because in some respects, because if you have a family, like I have a 6-year-old son, he's in first grade here, and the schools are pretty great.
Yeah.
And the lunches are phenomenal that they give, kind of like Japan.
Far more healthy.
Right. But when you go to China, they don't even have a lunch program for the kids. Or
probably
bus.
would be more regional, right? Or
right.
Okay.
Like the big cities, like you showed, they definitely do because there's a lot of money there. But we're talking about billions of people aren't getting that shit.
Yeah.
So if you have bread, China's probably fun. It's good.
Yeah.
A lot of bread. But if you don't, I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
And we ain't not talking about censorship either.
Go ahead.
Because you can't watch YouTube like this. You got to have that firewall. I mean, not firewall. They have a firewall, so you have to have the VPN. And even
they have their own, but they have their own version of YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. I mean, but they're not having CT on there though. That type of commentary. Your shit.
Do you work out there? Oh yeah. They want to know, do you work out and do you work? I believe you already said you work.
Yeah, I work here. Yeah, I have a restaurant, and then I
see how I just glazed over the fact that I said they wouldn't allow your content there. The chaotic truth broadcast, definitely not. I mean, even if he was glazing 24/7, they're still not going to have the profanity of some of the guests, the rawness, which is a lot of us the reason why we enjoy CT's show, the rawness of it, the truths that are given. They ain't gonna allow that, man. He would literally have to just do like what he was doing earlier before it came on, which he was just showcasing their attractions and whatnot.
Also teach.
He wasn't. I don't know if he was listening or he just. I think that was done on purpose, but it's his show. That's why we got to have our own platform. That's why I encourage all of you, all my family out there in YouTube, to make your own channels and every now and then at least give us an update of what's really going on for you.
And what kind of restaurant do you have in Taiwan?
A Mexican food restaurant.
Are you Mexican?
I'm a Blaxican.
You're a Blaxican. What and that means you have Mexican blood?
Mostly yeah.
Black. Okay.
Yeah, Mexican and Mali. My dad's from Mali.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's Nigerian.
All American though, bro.
All American.
And you
yes.
do pretty good in this as a restaurateur in Taiwan.
Yeah, it took a minute though. You got to train them. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the in particularly in the States, the likelihood of a restaurant surviving after 5 years is really low. But you were saying
bad.
Taiwan,
it's very bad.
It's pretty high in Taiwan. You could survive.
Yeah, especially if you're a foreigner.
Okay.
They're open to new food. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I like to think that Taiwan is kind of like the West, except they speak Mandarin. and of course there's certain cultural things that are different.
Yeah.
Like most of the people here are Buddhists and Taoists,
Yeah.
and but for the most part, like whether the young people, the young or the old people, they treat you with respect, and even
So-
for some of us brothers out here with reverence.
Do you believe? So I really believe that China is already the global power. But do you see this?
I mean, he didn't expand on what I said. I said they treat brothers out here with reverence, which they do, because I think even I cough because I'm so sick with it. I believe that anyone that shows respect and walks upright, literally, and is a mogger, is healthy, is gonna get respect at a place in Taiwan where people recognize greatness, and especially if you're an original person, aka a black person. If you carry yourself like as you should, as a human, you know, people are gonna want to say hi to you when they see you in your neighborhood. People are gonna want to give you like iced tea when they see you walking out the park, and give you things and ask your opinion about things and whatnot. And that's a big deal right there, man, that a lot of these people don't get. And I don't know how, or I do know from secondhand knowledge about a day-to-day life in China for our brothers, because I keep tabs on some of them in the YouTube, you know, by watching their videos and whatnot. But they do weird things like in China sometimes where they just touch their hair, but because they're not used to ever seeing a person with lamb's wool hair, as they say in the Bible. But here, a little bit more used to it, yet still in awe a little bit. So you got to not let them down, and show them what it truly means to be a good human. In this case, a good American right here.
Power, or do you see what I was saying in terms of, you know, in terms of leadership? The fact that these people are leading in high-speed bullet trains, in my opinion, that sets the tone. They're willing to go forward and be faster. Why do you believe that the states don't have a bullet train?
Bureaucracy, man. Like I'm in the Bay Area where we've been looking for that train from the Los Angeles to San Francisco for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Long as I've been alive, longer than I've been alive, and it never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, I don't know if they're the superpower, but they're definitely first or second.
We're talking bullet trains instead of talking day-to-day life, which could be mundane to some people, but if it's done with grace, and there you go, grace. Always practicing it, even when I'm flaming niggas and shit. There's always chances to really get into someone's narrative, and that would have been a good chance right there. But we're talking bullet trains, guys.
China, yeah, definitely first or second, yeah. Right. And I don't like to say that, bro, because I got bias. Because I'm Taiwan. My family's Taiwanese now.
Oh, your family,
you know.
Right. Well, yeah, because your wife. Okay.
Yeah, and my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So healthier.
With truth is truth, though, huh?
Go ahead.
But truth is truth, man. Like it's especially last week with the Xi Jinping, his announcement with the 2027 ultimatum for his timeline for his army to be ready to invade
Taiwan.
That's some serious shit. Yeah. And then the president of Taiwan.
You believe that Xi will cross the strait?
I don't believe so, but I don't know. Knowing is better. I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay. Let me play this video real quick. Here goes. I show speed, man. Look.
The speed in China.
Like this train station is. That boy gave me burger. I mean, the scale is just insane, man.
He's not expecting me coming up there and just like not shitting on China or whatever, and even giving them some props, I guess, on what they do, but telling you what I know, the knowledge I know, I don't think he even really asked me about how China is, because I said I'd been there a couple times, but anyway.
Yeah, the high-speed rail is amazing.
Yeah.
It takes 5 hours to get from my city in the south to Taipei. Yeah. If you drive on the train, it only takes an hour.
Really?
how many people is waiting for us at
High-speed
the train
trail.
station, bro?
Yeah.
This is insane. This much people is waiting at the train station.
You heard what he said? He said this. He said it's a lot of people waiting at the train station. Man, when I hear all this propaganda.
That's because they knew he was
China,
coming. That's why.
You know, they're
He's the
losing their
biggest
population.
YouTuber in the world.
It's an older population. All I see in this video is it's a lot of people. It's a heavy population density.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of young people. So you believe that's a lot of propaganda being fed to the West?
It's definitely for speed. All those kids there. I'm sure there's normally it's packed, but those kids. I was literally watching this 2 hours ago with my wife. What you're watching? It's they're definitely using Speed's trip to as propaganda as they should. You know, if they're trying to propagate what they do. But those train stations are always full.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. The train station is full. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have a lot of people in China. Definitely. Is there propaganda? Is there certain agents, actors out there to really push this narrative of China being number one? Absolutely. They're taking advantage of this.
Wait, guys.
This looks like all young people to me.
How did y'all know I was coming here?
Yeah, that's for him though. Mostly.
Right. Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah. They knew he was coming.
All right, bro. Yo, y'all gotta act right once we get there, though.
Told you.
This is Tony's Cafe.
Hold on, let's fast forward it real quick. I want to see him get on the train. This is incredible, man. I believe this.
America. No, you not. Yeah, Los Angeles.
Tell me, you need to come out here, bro. Full stand.
Where I see that? Oh my. This can't be real. So y'all booked the same. Y'all booked.
I told him, I said, yeah, you should come out here and see for yourself. Yeah, no. All you got to do is cut back on some of those things you do domestically. You're expensive and save a little bit. Get a plane ticket, man. Always good deals and shit. See for yourself. This world is yours.
The same train as me.
Yeah. Bro, show respect. I changed the jersey.
And you changed your jersey.
Yeah, do better again.
Bro, this shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all booked the same. Like, what in this stream snipe is this, bro?
Yeah.
Like, all of y'all gotta be the most. Like, this is the most crazy.
Hold on, let's see where else he's going. So you said you watched all of it. You said
Yeah, he's going to the Great Wall
Oh my God.
on the train.
Okay. He's going
Until we
to.
finish the great
Oh,
wall.
yeah,
He was just in the Forbidden City before this.
Okay.
This is a workout. Break time.
Like he randomly met that Chinese dude with the mixed dude with the suit when he was at the Great Wall. And then he gave him a suit. Happened to have a suit his size, and then now they're at the Great Wall.
Hey, me and you taking a break. We the break boys on the Great Wall.
There he goes right there. The old man, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not even watching it right now. I'm just
We
listening.
brothers.
We what he's talking about.
Yeah, we brothers.
Yeah.
You my brother. Brother from another mother.
Don't really shake hands there. Let him hang. Left him hanging.
Yeah, in China, they're not used to seeing black people as much as
They're not?
Taiwan.
Okay.
They're not.
Not
So
much,
they
not much as Taiwan. Okay.
not as much as Taiwan. Like I'm telling you, Taiwan's very Western.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think the education standards are better?
In Taiwan, that's a good question. I know from firsthand knowledge that most of my students are either were engineers or studying to be engineers. So that's the STEM is big here.
Yeah,
you know, that's huge here. And I don't know, maybe it goes back all the way to the Confucius philosophy, which is bound up with education and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really?
Because
you got to remember, after the Civil War in 1949, when Mao beat the Nationals, KMT, and the Nationals came to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Taiwan took a lot of their culture and teachers and whatnot, because a lot of those professors and engineers and teachers in China, they were put to work in the farm, what they call relocated and whatnot.
Okay.
And a lot of the intellectuals came to Taiwan, so maybe that could be it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this hey, let me ask you a question. Does Taiwan Taiwan have its own automobile industry?
What's up, Mindful Exposures?
Automobile. I
Or do
think
you
they
rely
have
on
one. It's no. There's a couple Chinese cars, but it's mostly like like Toyota, a Ford. All that, yeah.
Mm.
But we do
So
get
you have
most of
so
our
you
products from China, though. Products in general mostly are still coming from China.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen now they just showed a robotic police thing where it does now I know this is in China, but
Clump has a comment. Agents get plus 25% work duration ability buff. Yeah, it's pretty base. Yeah, thank you. Mindful source comment. Thank you, brother Gabriel. Thank you too, Miss. Appreciate you. We never talk about robots now, huh?
it looks familiar to you?
This video was sponsored by Insta.
Does any
I never seen no police robotic police. I've seen the waiters that are robots. The waiters, the servers in the restaurants. They got robots. Some of them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure that China does have, like, in general, more of the high powered technology. It's just that Taiwan's still the leader in semiconductors, which is probably one of the most popular parts.
What are the average conversations like in Taiwan? If you overhear a conversation, what are people normally talking about?
They talk about work. They talk about work. Making sure that their children are doing good in school.
Okay.
The young people, it's different. They refer to it as a ghost island because they're kind of stuck, man. Because, like I said earlier, it's a low cost of living on, like, day-to-day things, but the big ticket items like houses and cars are almost comparable to the U.S. So it's like they don't know what they're gonna do.
What's going on, CJ?
What are they gonna do? Because they want houses
Hope
too.
you're well, man.
They want cars.
Okay.
And whatnot. So,
people in the chat were talking about ghost cities in China. Now, you've been to China.
Yeah.
I know Evergreen was a part of those projects. Could you explain the ghost cities in China?
Those are like sections of the big cities or outward in the actual suburbs where
China, which is probably
where they have huge buildings, tenements that are just empty, like brand new but empty. It's really eerie.
But it doesn't really represent China as a whole. Like, those are just failed.
No, those are failed. Yeah, those are failed businesses. People have houses. People have houses. People do have houses. You said earlier they don't. They do. It's just that they don't own them. Yeah. They only own them for like 50 or 60 years.
It was like 70 years.
70 years, yeah. But think about it, CT. There's places in the middle of America and in the South that are abandoned too.
Yeah, that have failed. Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're failed,
Legacy towns, legacy
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that have failed. Absolutely. Yeah. That's why when people mention anything about these ghosts, it's laughable because
shout out to Sherelle starting a new chapter in her life.
You have these places that have failed, that have been around for a long time. Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Brother Malcolm said the best thing you can do, he gave advice, is for people to learn Chinese, and that was back in the 60s. He said that. He already knew.
Oh really? To learn Mandarin?
No.
Yeah, really? Learn Mandarin, yeah.
Learn Mandarin Chinese.
I still stay out here, man, for my son.
Really?
And myself, learning Mandarin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do plan on going back though. But I always have my house out here.
When's the last time you've been back to the States?
Too long, man. 2018. 2019. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
DC
I was
when I
come
got that
back,
mega
but then, the big C. Yeah.
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 Have people come to visit you?
Fortunately, just one person. Yeah.
Shout out to them for coming by. Yeah, y'all always welcome too. We'll show you a good time here in Taiwan. And hey man, hit the dono. Hit my dono right there. Buy me a coffee. That way, I can come see y'all. You know.
Yeah, I mean the door's always open. I think they would like it. It's just people can't get over that long ass flight. I think it's not even that. It's not that bad though. 14 hours.
And which flight did you take, or which plane, airline?
I took Cathay Pacific, which
Okay.
is one of the biggest Taiwanese flight. SFO.
Okay.
It's like one straight flight, 14 hours. Yeah.
You said that your kids were enrolled in school. So you have plans on
My son.
Your son.
Yeah.
What do you have plans on him becoming in Taiwan? Assuming he lives.
I mean,
he's still
whatever whatever he wants. But
Okay.
I mean, we have families of engineers here and like and professors and stuff. So
Really?
there's always that. Yeah, my wife's father was a professor in biomedical engineering. one of the forefathers actually.
Really?
Yeah, for that.
Yeah.
So it's always that. I mean, he's only in first grade, but they are dude. CT, they already have midterms and finals for first graders out here. It's insane.
Why do people in the States say things like, "Oh, they still are"? I know not Taiwan, but the Chinese. I think some Taiwanese people have gotten caught doing IP theft, but they stole our tech. They still check. They still like. Oh, okay, like that's not warfare. I mean,
Yeah.
like the West is stolen stuff. So what? Who cares?
Yeah.
I think so what? It's all warfare, right? It's all warfare. So if they stole it, hey man, there ain't no rules to the game. Go ahead.
Right. That's when you go into some of these subreddits, like literally propaganda spots for and against China. Like that's the one talking point. It's like I can't fuck with the country that's based on theft.
I'm trying to keep this stream on public, so yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Excuse me for that.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, shoot.
Right,
No, but like it's based on like theft. That's the thing. It's based on stuff. But to keep it 100, dude, they're pretty blatant about it. CT. I guess at least the United States is somewhat discreet. Not that makes it any better. That's probably why people bring it up a lot.
Yeah.
About China. Yeah. They just don't care.
Now this is Shenzhen right here. Like the future to me.
Yeah, that does. It's like Blade Runner.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy. Vanta, somebody paid, not somebody. L paid for you to call in, man. You can call in, buddy. You can call in. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, there are some good channels on YouTube where, like China Insider, like where they have Chinese news and vloggers, Chinese people, younger people that talk about some of the stuff.
It's actually called China Observer.
Stuff that's not so that the CCP doesn't want you to see, allegedly, because a lot of those students are. It's hard for them to find a job.
The real China. This is like fake, like CJ is saying, doing propaganda, right? And it's weird how he keeps saying Oriental, man. I'm part of an Asian family. They're part of my family now. So those little things like that are annoying, bro. It's Asian, man. Oriental's a rug.
And when they graduate, that's everywhere though.
Listen, that's everywhere. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? That's everywhere.
It's everywhere, but I guess it looks as a bad optics because there's so many though. There's so many. Yeah.
Figure it out. Listen.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I've never been to China.
Yeah.
I only know professors and my sister who live there. But from what I'm seeing, they don't have the same type of problems that we see in the States or in other Western countries. So if they are unemployed in China, I don't see it in these videos. I don't see it. Now, you're saying that they don't want you to see it.
They don't want you to see that. There's a couple channels where they show you a lot of that stuff. It's pretty shocking.
Like Serpenza. I know you're talking about. Was it Serpenza?
No, not even him. Even That's Winston. Yeah, Serpensa. He doesn't even live there anymore. There's even more. I'm talking about people from the mouth, from the babes' mouths, like from the Chinese people. That's in Chinese. That's translated to English.
This is
My
a
brother-in-law used to live there for a little bit, and he told me about all these channels and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Let you go. You ain't down with that. Shut your goddamn ass up. Let you go. They put you down. And let you go. They put you down. And let you go. They put you.
Oh yeah, I have to say, yeah. So that was the first section of first segment of my China versus Taiwan video. Talking this dialoguing with CT, and he wasn't totally glazing there in segment one, but he actually asked. He did ask good questions, definitely. But we could have gone deeper in some of the narrative stuff, personal narrative. But I get it. He has his, what he's doing on his channel. But the second part was a lot of glazing when this other dude came up, Fanta, and I think I'm gonna end up getting a CT membership so I can get that and show you some of the stuff. I think it'll be all right. I mean, I'll run it by him probably, but like this to show at least the part I was on that I didn't get to on this segment. Yeah, China Historia. That's a good one too. China Observer. That's it right there. Nah, man, there's a lot of truth there. However, it is exaggerated, probably, definitely, but it is a good channel, and get what you will from it. You know what I'm saying? Mindful Exposure says, "Thank you, Gabe. I have feel fortunate to have known you pre-fame. I love you, man, Ezra. You know how to get to me, yeah. Well, man. All right, sexy Ezra. I'll talk to you later. Come back. All right. Also, please check your life goals. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't be lame. Yeah. You got me. I got to tell you, Ezra, just run it back. I really did appreciate when you and I'm going to say Bobby Hill. I think with David, your friend David, and a couple other people, when you were having a discussion in my chat months ago, and my guest flipped out, but I am the host. I controlled things. I could have been a little bit more graceful and gentle, and remind him the fact that you are a beloved supporter and friend, also too. But just to get that out there, we need to talk though. Okay, it's been too long. Anyway, not anyway. Yeah, much love. Yeah, so China Observer. That's definitely one of those channels. That's saying that wild stuff, and take what you will from it. If it's true or not, it's up to you. right? This China Observer latest video from 2
The
hours ago.
US-China trade war takes a new turn every day, and now we've reached a nuclear-level tariff. On April 15th, the White House announced a 245% tariff on imports from China. The reason given is China's retaliatory measures against the US, and this tariff is intended to create a fair competitive environment. At the same time, anonymous sources from the Chinese government told Bloomberg that China is willing to restart trade talks, but with multiple conditions attached. This shows that while Xi Jinping wants to show a willingness to make peace, he also can't afford to be seen as weak. The White House stated that over 75 countries have approached the U.S. to discuss new trade agreements, and during these discussions, the tariff measures will be paused. However, China is excluded from this, and it has taken retaliatory actions against the U.S. As a result, China now faces tariffs up to 245% on its products entering the U.S. On April 15th, Trump, through a White House spokesperson, called on China to come to an agreement with the U.S., and now it's up to China to decide. Alongside this news, another development has caught attention. This marks China's first time privately expressing a desire to negotiate. Bloomberg on April 16th quoted a source that said China wants to see the Trump administration take several measures before agreeing to trade talks. These include controlling disparaging remarks from cabinet members to show more respect. Beijing also wants the U.S. to appoint a presidentially supported negotiator and help prepare an agreement that Trump and President Xi can sign when they meet. According to this insider, the most important condition for any talks is that Chinese officials need to know that such discussions will be conducted with respect. Although Trump has generally been mild when speaking about Xi, other members of the Trump administration have taken a more hawkish stance, making Chinese officials uncertain of the U.S. position. When U.S. officials make sharp comments about China and Trump doesn't reject these views, Chinese officials assume that Trump tacitly supports them. The source also said, in addition to wanting a unified message from the U.S. government, Beijing officials want to know if the U.S. is prepared to address some of China's concerns. One major concern is that Chinese officials believe U.S. policies are aimed at containing and suppressing China's modernization. Additionally, China wants the U.S. to address national security issues, especially the Taiwan issue. China insists it won't provoke any action on Taiwan, but will respond if provoked. Furthermore, Chinese officials understand that Trump may want to personally lead the negotiations. While Beijing would welcome Trump's personal involvement, China believes the best way forward is for officials designated by the two leaders to oversee the talks. This would be the most effective way to ensure that these negotiations lead to a meaningful summit between Xi and Trump. In essence, China's message is this: the U.S. should not question the legitimacy of the Communist Party's rule or threaten its continued hold on power. That is the first condition for negotiations. China demands that Trump restrain his cabinet members from making disparaging remarks about China,
Like J.D.
especially
Vance.
figures like President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco.
You called them peasants, China peasants a little while ago. Now this channel, China Sasquatch, probably, I think he said he knows about it. Shout out to Sasquatch and Wizard. It can be seen as very biased. It is brought to you by Falun Gong, who was prosecuted one of the public enemies #1 of China. So they make videos, and they pretty much go to any major attraction in America, and they'll be outside showing you talking about organ harvesting from China and whatnot. So yeah, it's wild out there. That channel's it's a good channel, you know. Now, before I get out of here and take Little B to school, whose birthday it will be on Tuesday, my time, Monday, your time, the 22nd of April, the same birthday as the Prophet, allegedly, the same birthday as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Who else? Lenin, right? And also the great Jack Nicholson, April 22nd. And now Benjamin Bodie. Yeah. So his birthday's on there. So I think we might even get him on here, you know, for a little bit and talk to him a little bit. Maybe we'll watch some of our favorite videos that we like to fucking geek out to and laugh about. So we'll see that. That'll be on Tuesday. But before that, tentatively, we have the Mel Pandora conversation about paranormal. It sounds like it. Huh? Parasocial experiences. You know, parasocial experiences. Parasocial in terms of those, in particular, those YouTube relationships where a lot of times they're one-sided. You know, with the creator and the viewer. So we're gonna, you know, do the math on that, chop it up on that, and tentatively, this is the. I know I'm still working it out. It's supposed to be 4. It sounds wild. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Eastern time, right? On Saturday morning for you guys. 4 p.m. for me. 9 a.m. from Mel on Easter Sunday, 4:20, right? So with that said, it's I think the time where she usually does her broadcast, would do her broadcast. And however, I know most of us, you know, we're around this time between like 8 and 10 Eastern. And so I'm thinking about moving it till next week, till next I'll do your time, Saturday for you guys, like 10 p.m. But I mean, I'll let you know probably by today on the thing. But with that said, yeah, we're gonna have the Mel. Am I talking? You can hear me, right? Mel Pandora conversation on paranormal experiences and parasocial experience. That's like a Freudian slip. Yeah. Parasocial experiences, right? And that will be tentatively 4 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday morning. We shall see. Yeah. And so this is it. Parasocial experiences, a conversation with Mel Pandora. And some of y'all were asking, like, who's my sponsor? Who are some of my sponsors? Well, for the Sunday broadcast, or Saturday for you, the big time sponsor is the parasocial experiences, a conversation with Mel Pandora, will be brought to you by the Powder Dusty, right? Will be of all I would say organizations, people, Flow State. My conversation with Mel Pandora is sponsored by one of my biggest sponsors now is the Powder Dusty, right? So, you know, that's who would ever have thought, right? Yeah. So you see in the title, it says Parasocial Experiences, a conversation with Mel Pandora, brought to you by your friend, the Powder Dusty, Mr. Flow State, the president of the Panelverse, right? The real president, right? And Mel Pandora is still the queen. So we'll see. It should be fun. Yeah. I really like this idea because, I mean, I'll let you guys think what you want. We know Flow State, who was the recipient of the 2024 NPC Award Best Comedic Live Streamer, right? So he likes to troll. He's a master troller, right? Among other things, right? And so we know, you know, the history, the narrative between him and Mel Pandora, who's a good friend of mine. And so it should be interesting. I see it as like an olive branch or something. Anyway, just like how the Panelverse Awards brought together people who would never come together for one night. You know, we were all chilling, right? Like the Bloods and the Crips coming together. Shout out to Rude Crab in the building. Took him a while, but he's here. This is amazing. Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's a live, yeah, Mindful Sports, the social experiment live, right? So I'll let you know, guys. Tentatively 4 a.m. Eastern time, Sunday morning for the people in the wilderness of North America, right? So 1 a.m. in the West Coast, right? Woo! So we're doing that. It's gonna be fun. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shadow Buddha in the building, bitch. Everyone, I gotta go. I'm already running late as usual, but the party don't start until I get here. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Here on the book of Gabriel, aka NPC the Game. Much love, family. We'll see you soon. Be good to each other. All right.